Welcome to the Sega Saturn. Happy Sunday evening. Hope everybody's had a great week. So tonight, I'm going to be playing some Sega Saturn games, a system that I have never ever played before. I don't think I've ever seen one in person. I haven't played any games. Last week when I was playing some Genesis games, Smoking Spoon suggested I check it out and recommended some games. So I picked out 10 based on some suggestions from them and uh, some of the, I guess, just general recommendations for the best Sega Saturn games. So picked out 10. Gonna be playing them tonight. Should be pretty cool. So I had the Genesis later on, and played it at other friends' houses before that. And we got a Dreamcast, but never touched a Saturn. That was part of the reason why it failed, I guess. So yeah, the only thing I've done for these games this evening is basically just checking out that they work. Because Saturn emulation is a little tricky to get set up. But I verified that all these games are working and they're running in an emulator. So should be good to go. So this is Decathlete. I guess it's just kind of like track and field kind of games. So it should be cool. Nice. Nice range of characters here. Got everyone from a 15-year-old from China all the way up to a 31-year-old from Russia who will be playing us. Excuse me. This character design, it's pretty good. Oh, also I want to let you guys know that I have begun work on the next video properly. Start working on the script. I'm gonna have to try to finish it before August 1st.
Russia. Course number 2. Leave 1.
Okay, so
China.
the Russian clown guy versus the 15-year-old Chinese girl.
On your mark. Get set.
Oh, whoops.
Get set.
Yeah, so I guess this is all just like kind of like Mario Party type games. Just like button mashing and stuff. This game definitely has the classic Sega charm, that's for sure. Wait, she beat me, why am I setting this? It's like world record for player character, maybe. Let's go next game. Let's do it. So this how to play. Repeatedly press the run button. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Gonna wing it. Whoops. Okay, so it's build up the speed, then hit the jump button. This camera angle's a little better, maybe. What? Oh. That was a pretty pathetic jump. Pressing it too soon, maybe? Or this guy just sucks at jumping. Who knows? It's the outfit. I haven't looked into it, but I imagine Saturn games, like pretty much all other retro games, have gone way up in price. Okay. Set throwing power. Hold down action button to decrease throw angle. Release action button to throw. Alright. Great. Alright. Okay. Wrong button, I guess. Let's see if we can get it on the third and final attempt here. Oh. Okay, it's a pretty pathetic throw, but he managed to throw it, I guess. It's gotta count for something. Repeatedly accelerate. Alright. Hold down action button to increase jump angle. Release to jump. Gotcha. Use the joystick to arch body. Alright. It's a little complicated, but let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. Maybe I just picked the worst character. I don't know. I think I'm also holding the jump button down too long. Yeah. Welcome, Pinko Kami Rag. It looks better than expected. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. It's almost like, yeah, it looks pretty good. It's like the equivalent, like Dreamcast. Obviously, that's later, but having just like a really nice, bold color palette. Yeah, so I haven't heard of probably half of these games I'm going to be playing tonight, but they were one way or the other recommended to me. So.
On your mark, get set.
It's a pretty great game, multiplayer for sure. Oh, what's going on? Why is he losing strength? Come on. Oh no. Go too hard too soon? Yeah, I guess he didn't pace himself. There we go. It's kind of a strange way of communicating that, but alright. Yeah, it's over. I see. Yeah. Yeah, the kind of game you're definitely going to suck at the first time you play it, as I just demonstrated.
The 110-meter hurdle.
This make a good party game, I think.
On your mark, get set.
Oh my god. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm just embarrassing myself now. We'll do one more, then we'll go to the next game. Play something that hopefully I won't completely suck at. Okay, rotate joystick to wind up. Optimum release time occurs when the arms after image is first seen. Press the action button to increase throw angle. Optimum is 45. Alright. I'm doing this on a keyboard here too, so it's even more difficult. Alright. Alright, not bad, not bad. It's out. I managed to do it right once. Alright. Pretty cool game, but time for the next one. Let's play something that I can probably do a little better in. So again, I haven't played any of these before. May have played sequels or other versions or whatnot. But not any of these games. This one I definitely am very interested in checking out. This is Die Hard Arcade. And taking a quick look at it earlier, I played the sequel to this. I don't know what it was called, but it's kind of just like a fun little action game with, I think one of the first games with QuickTime events.
Roger, we got a bad situation down there.
But based on Die Hard, supposedly.
They're holding 30 hostages inside.
It like officially has the Die Hard license, so that's pretty sweet.
We have to get her out as soon as possible. Over.
Yeah, this should be a cool game. Again, definitely has that Sega vibe. Oh yeah. Yeah, another game that has 2-player. Next weekend, I think. If it's not next weekend, it'll be the one after that. I'm going to be doing a co-op game stream with a friend of mine, Nintendo Mad, who has popped up in this channel a few times during the streams. But a friend of mine. And we're going to be hanging out, play some co-op games. Yes! Success! Excellent. It kind of sounds like a track from Escape from New York. They were like looking in the abandoned train for the president. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is great. This is a great game. Very nice. Take some pills. Painkillers, maybe? That reminds me. I want to cover Max Payne in a video eventually. Those first 2 games are among top tier for me. Some of my all-time favorites. Love those. Third one was pretty good from a gameplay perspective, but didn't have that Remedy touch, the storyline, the atmosphere. You know, now that I think about it, I might have played this in arcades. In like a movie theater arcade sometime in the late 90s. I don't remember. Seems kind of familiar. This looks really good for Saturn. I mean, I thought it was mostly 2D games, but this looks pretty sweet. Nice, clean 3D graphics. Interesting too, playing Die Hard Trilogy, you know, somewhat recently, having that similar wireframe thing going on between levels. Oop. Apparently I didn't have this game's window in focus. There we go. Yeah. It's like how massive these handicap parking signs are. Yeah, this game's a lot of fun. This is good. I like this. Oh. Look out! Fighting the firefighters? What's going on? NYPD. Yeah, why am I fighting firefighters? They're in on the terrorist plot, I guess. Their buddy in the truck back there spraying me with a hose. That's good. That's good. That's rich. Yeah, this is I like this. This is good. Anti-tank rifle. Man, maybe I need to buy a Saturn for real. So I'm emulating this obviously, but I'm playing on a keyboard right now, which is making everything a little harder. It's the only controller I have is a PS4 controller, which I could probably get working with these, but because of the way the simulator works, we have to like launch a new instance of it for each game. I didn't want to have to deal with any possible shenanigans of it like not working, so. What is this? This is crazy. Doing a little dance. Okay, so that's Die Hard Arcade. Definitely a cool game. Definitely one I will be playing again at some point. But let's move on to our next game. I think this one actually is 2D. Pretty sure it's a proper 2D game. Oh yeah, this one is. Kind of another beat 'em up, but different style. So this was one of the 3 or 4 games Spoon recommended. Guardian Heroes. So 2D beat 'em up. It's got a few different playable characters. That's really all I know about it. So we'll go as goes Randy here with his little buddy on his shoulder, because I like that. I never thought we'd find such a great sword by yourselves. These animated faces are pretty good. I like the style here. Hey, be careful. It is an old sword. What will you do if it breaks? Don't worry, a great sword doesn't break easily. Yeah, I like these kind of sketchy faces. This is pretty fun. Let's eat now. An interesting style going on here. I mean, obviously it has that anime look, but everything is a little like stranger looking than normal, I think. Better escape. So where are we on? Okay. Well, let's do it. Rail Knights have arrived. There's no way we can get away from them. Pretty cool soundtrack. Looks like I picked the probably the weakest character, right? It's like the little boy. So what do we got? We got block, and 2 different melee. Okay. Yeah, it's got that 2.5D look. Said level up. It's kind of like some of those SNES beat 'em ups, like Knights of the Round, maybe. How do you? Is there a way to move between the? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, okay, so you can switch between foreground and background. Kind of neat. These guys kind of look like Shovel Knight. It's another game I need to check out. I haven't played any of those at all, but should be right up my alley. Interesting. Looks good. These backgrounds look fantastic. I don't know about this translation though. Valgar. Okay. You have betrayed you betrayed the cons. Chief of the Real Knights to give it up. What are you up to, Serena? I'll let you have the sword. Whoa. Yeah, there's probably a lot of mechanics here, which I'm not understanding. So I apologize if I'm playing this like a total newbie, because I am. These animations are really good. Oh, this is some kind of like super move. Yeah, this is neat. Like this. Definitely another game I think would benefit a lot from playing it with somebody co-op, but it's fun. These character portraits look like they were drawn by somebody on acid. Yeah, this is making really good use of the 2.5D or however you want to call it style. Looks really good. All the different layers scrolling. Oh, neat. You can level up. Yeah, I see my guy is weak as shit. Yeah, that's why. You need some vitality. You need some strength. I'm like trying to play the mage guy as like a warrior class, I guess. Yeah, we'll play a little more. Play a little more of this. Soundtrack's pretty interesting too. Not really what you'd expect for this kind of setting. I'm just gonna start skipping through a lot of this dialogue. It's somewhat, it's making me think of like anime Simpsons or something. Wild. Yeah, I gotta use some more magic, I guess. I'm a magic guy. Yeah, this guy's like Mo. Our ship is golden warriors resurrecting the dead. Yeah, this is a game where reading the manual probably come in really come in handy. The soundtrack is pretty rocking though, huh? This mini guy's kicking ass. Looks like it might die in a sec here though. So like not blocking at all. It's of no surprise to me that canon order us Black Knight to seize the sword. I always thought this mission to find some old sword was meaningless. This guy's his idle animation here. A little much. Oops. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Another game I'd be interested in checking out some more. But I think it's about time to move on to the next title. So we'll say goodbye to Guardian Heroes for now. As neat as that is here. And let's see. Play something completely different. While this loads up, I'm gonna grab something. I'll be right back.
Sega Rally Championship.
Sega Rally Championship. This is supposed to be the best racing game on the system, supposedly. Or one of the best, at the very least. So, excited to check this out. Let's see it.
Sega Rally Championship.
It's that way back in 1995. Aim for the World Championship, of course. We'll go auto, given that we haven't played this before.
Three, two, one, go. Easy right.
Yeah, his handling feels pretty good, actually.
Easy right. Wow. Over jump.
It's funny, the Sega arcade games, they always have this kind of vibe to them, don't they?
Long medium right. Checkpoint.
It's hard to put your finger on, but
Easy right. Over jump. Easy left.
yeah, this is great. This is really good.
Easy left. Easy right. Very long easy right, maybe.
Very long, easy right, maybe. Is that what he said? Or baby? Sluphog, was there ever a monkey ball game on Sega Saturn? You know, I don't know. I think that started in arcades and then GameCube, but I could be wrong. That'd be interesting, though.
Three, two, one, go.
Somebody should do a Fast and the Furious mod for this.
Long easy right, maybe. Very long easy left.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, I'm playing this on a keyboard, which is a little tricky, but even then, the handling still feels really, really good,
Medium left.
despite that. So, testament to their the game design, I guess.
Maybe. Long medium right.
Even if I am now kind of playing like a dumbass. There we go.
Hairpin right. Checkpoint. Okay, left.
Oh, nice. Change the camera angle.
Medium right.
You can see just how much I'm crashing into the walls here.
Easy right. Easy left. Long medium right. Wow.
Whoa.
Easy right.
Guess I timed out. Damn. Can I continue? I've heard that before. I've definitely heard that before. So, am I braking during turns for that drift? No, I'm not, because I need to find out what the button for braking is. Let me see if I can go back and see what these controls are. Actually, probably be helpful. Alright. Brake. Okay. Yeah, just A or C. Got it. Yeah, let's try that again with the key technique of braking used. So playing in automatic, but
2, 1, go.
let's see.
Easy right. Easy left.
There's a brake. There's a brake drift right there. That big slide I just did.
Over jump.
Let's see if I can land on top of him.
1, medium right. Hex 1. Easy right.
Yeah, the racing genre is the one I haven't really
Over jump.
played too much of. You know, not really. Even like the arcade titles, really. For me, it's just mostly
Easy right.
Mario Kart, F-Zero.
Very long, easy right, baby.
Yeah, that was a hard break right there. So the last racing game I played was Project Cars on PC. That was pretty good. All right. Now, now we're gonna try braking for some of those hairpin turns coming up here.
3, 2, 1, go.
It's like from a game from 1995, though. This feels fantastic. I can tell you that. It's a little touches like the nose of the car and turning upward while you're starting to accelerate.
1, easy right, baby.
It's a nice little touch.
Very long, easy left.
Ooh,
Medium left.
clutch.
Medium left, baby.
Yeah, I gotta use that brake.
1, medium right. Caution, hairpin right.
Ooh, there we go.
Take left. Medium right. Easy right, easy left.
Oh, come on.
1, medium right.
Oh, damn. Well, hey, that's a great game. That is a really good game. I can say that from the perspective of a relative like racing game amateur guy, but I can tell that is quality. But in lieu of continuing to embarrass myself with that, we'll go on to the next game. And what game shall that be? Let's see. Here we go. This is one I was interested in checking out. Or I was interested in checking out. Right here. This is one of the many games in the Marvel vs. Capcom series, but for me, that was the first one I played, Marvel vs. Capcom 1. But there are actually several games before that, which I haven't played before. And this is one of them. I think this might be the second in the series. I'm not entirely sure. It's either one or two, I think. This is another one recommended by Smoking Spoon, so thanks again. Another one of those 2D showcase games, probably. Yeah, this is awesome. Classic vibes here, huh? Let me just double check controls here. Okay. So I know Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a lot of people's favorite. But I actually played a lot of the third one, me and my group of friends, when that came out. We got big into that. Doing like tournaments and stuff. Yeah, it's Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 from like Xbox Live Arcade. Those are like the big fighting games, personally for me. Yeah, it's a trip because I didn't even know about these. There were games before Marvel vs. Capcom until, you know, just the other day. So, really cool to see this. The way I have the controls set up on this keyboard is probably not the most conducive to playing this, but hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it definitely has the same feel as far as controls and stuff go. I really hope they can bring back that series in like a good way. I know the last one kind of bombed, deservedly. MVC Infinite. Oh. I mean, really, what they should do is just get them the classic trilogy on modern systems at the very least. Just 1 through 3 on Steam. Well, the third one is on PS4, but get the classics up with online play, you know. So anyone know how to do supers in this one? So I'm running around with maxed out level here. I don't know how to use them. He's got that classic theme tune. It's great. Immediately gets his ass kicked. Yeah, this is good stuff. This is good. Punch and kick? Is that what it's trying to tell me? So obviously I recognize all these characters with the exception of this guy. Who the hell is this? Is that a Marvel character? I don't know about him. We'll add him to the squad though. See how he does. Yeah, Norimaru. Who is he? Who is this guy? Is he a Capcom original? A little better with Ryu here. Yeah, doing a little better with Ryu, can you tell? Slopphog says, Normaru is a playable character in the Japanese version of Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. He is original guest character created by Capcom in coordination with Japanese comedian Noritaka Kinas. That's great. Thank you for letting me know. Because I was clueless. Look at this guy. Let's see what he does. What? He just threw like a stylus at him. So he's only in the Japanese version, huh? I copied that from the wiki article. Yeah, I figured it had that kind of feel to it. But I appreciate you doing it all the same. Yeah, this guy versus Wolverine. It's not working out. Uh-oh. This is his theme we're hearing right now. He just took a selfie. This guy's ahead of this guy's ahead of it. This guy's ahead of time. That's so strange. I can see why they would take him out of the Western release. Just incomprehensible to the Western minds of 1995. Yeah, this guy's a little wild, man. I gotta bring him back for the next one, whatever that is. These stages are beautiful, though. The sprite art. I mean, it always was in the 2D games, but this really looks great. Yeah. Slowpoke, since I'm guessing most people don't know about him, if they announce him as a fighter in the next game, would be a big wait, who? Moment? Yeah, exactly. It'll be perfect. The world is ready for this guy now. The world is ready for Norimaru. Sip on the banana peel. Yeah, Ryu put him in his place, huh? Oh man, my wrist hurt. A few days ago, I was hanging out with a couple friends, one of which were a Nintendo mad guy I mentioned earlier, actually. And we're trying to get a bonfire going. And I had these pair of really dull clippers. And I was trying to cut some wood for the bonfire. And I didn't realize it, I guess, at the time, but I kind of messed my wrist up a little bit. I might have been slightly inebriated. Maybe. Just gotta shake it out. Alright. Remember, the first Marvel vs. Capcom was in my local arcade back in the day. Where just like getting absolutely smoked by the locals, the regulars. So I had this like embarrassing moment where like I didn't know about the quarter thing. I just like stepped in And some guy got really pissed off and was like ready to kick my ass in real life because I cut like 7 people. I didn't know why there were so many quarters on top of the screen. So, sorry guys. Shit, get out of there, Hulk. Oh yeah, the mega jump. Sawbog, we've got an arcade bar where I live, but it's a $5 cover charge, and then you still have to pay. You have to pay to play the games. Yeah, the arcade bar thing. That's kind of become like a. It's like the renaissance of arcades the last few years. I've got one by me too. I live in Maine, and there's I live in southern Maine, and there's one in Portland called Arcadia, which is obviously a play on Acadia National Park. But it's really good. Obviously, I haven't been there in a while, but no cover charge there though. Fortunately, it's too bad that they have that at yours. Do they have some like really good arcade games at least? Man, this is the background art in these stages is awesome. This looks really good. I wish I was playing this on my CRT. Shit. Oh! Nice. Don't know, still need to check it out. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. Let me know. I'm gonna obviously do so safely if you can, but it's like with Arcadia, they were doing a really good job, like the one near me. They were doing a really good job of kind of like maintaining the cabinets and stuff. Most of them were still using CRTs and the original, you know, all the original assets, which is really good. Yeah, we'll play a little bit more of this. Because this is some good shit. We'll play a little more and then we'll move on to the next game. Cyclops, sure. At some point, when I have like, you know, at some point, surely in the future, once I have like a huge place and lots of expandable income, I'd like to at the very least build a candy cab. Just like get all the arcade games in one. But that's definitely sometime in the future, not anytime soon.
Your turn.
There we go. There we go. So Marvel Red, they took him out of Marvel vs. Capcom 1, I think. Slophog, why does Vega look like M. Bison? Well, it's actually kind of a weird story behind that. So it goes back to Street Fighter 2. the original name of the dictator character is Vega. And the original name of the boxer character is M. Bison. But when they were bringing it to the US, Capcom was worried, probably justifiably so, that Mike Tyson was going to sue them for basically making, him in a game, just, M. Bison instead of M. Tyson. So they mixed the names up. But for some reason, instead of just swapping those two, they brought the Spanish guy with the claw into it as well. So that's why in America we call the dictator character M. Bison and all the other stuff, because they mixed it all up in Street Fighter 2 so they wouldn't get sued. So, yeah, kind of weird, but that's why. It's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like the Final Fantasy thing where 3, 4, 5, and 6 all got different names in America. When we got 2, well, they skipped 2 and 3 because we got 1 so late. And then because 4 is now the current one, but we can't release 4 because we didn't release 2 and 3, so we're going to call it 2. And they skipped 5 for the same reason. So when we got 6, they called that 3. And then Sony, by the time Final Fantasy 7 was coming around, were like, no. Like, we're going to cut that shit out. Just call it Final Fantasy 7. Cue much confusion stateside. We're all like, okay, we had Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 7? What? But yeah, that's why. Welcome, Malice. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you aboard. It's really interesting. Yeah, that's actually why in a lot of the... I said I'm not like a huge fighting game guy, but in the fighting game community, you'll see like people referring to those characters as like the names I was just saying. So like instead of M. Bison, they might say Dictator. Or they'll say Dictator, Boxer, and Claw, basically. So that way everybody knows who they're talking about. So this is Radiant Silvergun, a shoot 'em up that, again, is supposed to be a really fantastic game. Another one I have not played. And you seem to have lots of different weapons, which are all kind of like, they seem to be appropriate for different situations here. And you're about to see me get my ass smoked because this seems like it's really throwing you in the deep end. It's funny, the 90s, I mean 80s too, but 90s, there's so many like weird things happening with porting games and localization and stuff. Like originally Squaresoft was interested in releasing Final Fantasy V in the United States for a little bit, like they were considering it. And I think did a translation, like, what's his name? The guy who did like a lot of the Squaresoft translations. Ted Woolsey. He did a translation for 5, and they were going to release it after 6 as Final Fantasy Extreme. You know, because supposedly the game was so extreme that only the most hardcore Western RPG players would be able to handle it. But they scrapped it because they were getting ready to move on to the PlayStation, I guess. But that's also why we got Mystic Quest, just like as a game. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, because, you know, they thought our American and European brains were too small to handle. Look at this! Look at this! We're too small to handle Final Fantasy. It's kind of funny because there are so many companies like going one way or the other to like the two extremes. It's like either they thought the Western audiences were like more hardcore than their local Japanese, or like way worse at games than their local Japanese. So some games we got over here are like much harder, and some games are much easier. as a result of that kind of weird, indecisive ideology. Toho PTSD kicks in. Oh shit. I haven't played Toho. Is that another shooter? This is out of any of the games I've played on stream and trying to like talk while playing, this is probably number one, because not only is it clearly a very hard game, I've never played it before, so there's that aspect as well. We'll give it another shot. Give it another shot here. These character portraits look a lot like the ones from that Guardian Heroes game. Is it by the same people? All right, I'm gonna try and really focus here, because I would really like to beat the first level at least. This video is gonna act as like an expose to how crap of a gamer I actually am. Yeah, the shooter genre is another one that I didn't play. I've never played too much of. You know, I dabble here and there, but I haven't played too many. I've never beaten a shooter, I'll tell you that. Like these kinds of shooters, of course, I mean, not FPSs. It's kind of nice because it's one of those things where, you know, looking for like new games to play or old games to play that I haven't checked out. They're like multiple genres that it's like that Sega Rally game I was playing earlier. You know, I barely scratched the surface of, so it's cool to still have that kind of unexplored frontier to check out. Yeah, it seems like this throws you right in the deep end. This is pretty hardcore right away. Malice. And yeah, Toe is a bullet hell game where bosses have hundreds of projectiles on screen. That sounds pretty hardcore. I don't think I could handle that yet. Look at this. Oh my god. Is there some kind of like shield mechanic that I don't know about? Or is it really just this hard? Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah, this is definitely a game for the hardcore gamers. This is extreme. Warning, no refuge. Be attitude for gains, evasion tech, decide weapons, follow feeling. This is insane. This is hardcore. Malice, I don't think you've missed anything. Usually you're expected to just dodge everything. Alright. Oh man. Do my best. Yeah, this is... I mean, this is the first level. Anyone who complains about Dark Souls being hard, play this. Play this. Challenge it. Find out. I can tell this is a good game. I mean, the controls are really nice and tight. You have lots of different ways to handle each situation with all these different moves. You know, it's obviously just a matter of like learning what to use when, which obviously is going to take some practice because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Malice says, at least Dark Souls has iframes. Yes, exactly. Iframes, once you realize the power of the iframes in Souls, that's your easy mode. Like, I remember, yeah, playing Demon Souls when that first came out, just banging my head against the wall for hours and hours. You know, Tower Knight was like my first big stopping point. And then I look online for advice and somebody points out, yeah, when you roll, you're invincible. Oh, okay. And then like this switch just turns on in your brain and you're like, okay, yeah, it's still challenging, but that's like a million times easier all of a sudden. Anyway, this game seems really, really cool. This is another one I definitely am going to check out. I'm going to revisit. But I know I'm just going to be banging my head against the wall for this first level. But we've got a bunch of other cool games to check out. So we'll stop this one for now and play another one of these cool games here. But that was a really cool game. Let's see. So next up is going to be something a little bit more in my wheelhouse. Kind of classic action platformer kind of game. Shinobi Legions. Alright, so again, did my homework, got everything running. This game apparently has two different soundtracks, basically. The US and the Japanese releases have one soundtrack, and then for the European release, they did another one. This is the American release, so this has the OG soundtrack. But, you know, I love Shinobi, especially Shinobi 3. Haven't played this. Apparently this also has, as you can see here, it's got some live action cutscenes. And that's just a little taste, because I did see a little bit of them earlier. So, we're going to try and get to a point where we can at least see the first real one. Where you can see people in silly costumes running around in full motion video. We've got a melee attack, the kunai, jump, a block. Should be good to go. Oh! Just cut a tree down. Okay. And cut the trees down to start. Got some blood. Now, this Bloodborne is the easiest game to me because being off ground, invincible, as soon as you touch the ground, invincible, then everything clicked for me. Yeah, exactly. I'd say for me, Bloodborne is probably still the trickiest, just for me personally, because it's probably the one I've played the least, and that's a relative saying because I have played a shitload of all the Souls games. But the hardest one for me is definitely Sekiro. I probably spent at least 6 hours on the final boss in Sekiro, and I did manage to do it eventually, but man, that was crazy. Bloodborne comes second though, the Orphan of Kos. Man, that's a hardcore boss. Slowpoke. This looks like a slower paced version of the original Ninja Gaiden. But you do get a block. Yeah, it is similar. You know, there's the other Shinobi games too, but this seems a little slower, maybe a little slower paced. I'm playing a little sloppy though, but we'll see. Oh. I cannot for the life of beat, like Mel says, I cannot for the life of me beat Ludwig though. Not excited to face that Kos guy from what I hear. Alright, I'll say two things in response to that. Number one, I think Ludwig's second phase is actually easier than his first. Just like you're dealing with somebody who's like fighting a little bit more of like a comprehensible style. You know, when he like pulls the Moonlight Greatsword out versus when he's just like rampaging around his like beast form. So I think his second form is actually a little easier. But Koss is at least twice as hard as Ludwig. At least, easily. But I should play through Bloodborne again soon. It's been a few years since I played Bloodborne, actually. The only reason I hesitate to play Bloodborne is because it's the only one that I don't have some way of playing it in 60 FPS, you know? Which is no big deal. I mean, it's still a fantastic game. It's just, you know, when I'm thinking about like, because I'm always playing, I'm usually playing at least one of the Souls games. It's like, you know, I can play Dark Souls Trilogy, Demon Souls, and Sekiro. I can play all those in 60 FPS now, 4K. Rumors have suddenly been appearing, says Slowpoke. Yeah, I saw that. I hope so. I'd love to play it on PC and finally be able to ditch my PS4, because that's the only reason I still have that thing. I only have it to play Bloodborne at this point. Playing in 4K 60? That'd be a dream. Yeah, alright. But I'll probably play it for my next Souls game. I'll play Bloodborne. If you guys are interested, I could get a HDMI splitter so I could do it on stream too. At like a good resolution instead of having to do it through the PS4. Alright, let's check out this live action cutscene. Let's see how this goes. I'm impressed that they didn't do a dub on this. Especially considering that it seems like most of these characters are wearing masks. But that's kudos. Kudos to Sega for that. Malice, I always like to see some Bloodborne. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Slowbog, I can't watch any streams of Bloodborne until I beat it first. That's the one game I refuse to spoil for myself. Well, I agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly. Don't spoil Bloodborne for yourself. That game has some insane, like all the From games do. It has some really, really, really cool, unexpected stuff. So, yeah, don't spoil it for yourself. How far are you though, Slophog, in Bloodborne? So I can know what to say and what not to say. I think I'm out of kunai. Yeah. That's what the problem is. Oh, yet to even play it. Wow. Yeah, well, in that case, I won't say anything, but it's got some... Out of any of the games From has made, it has probably the craziest, like, story progression out of any of them. Just in terms of, like, unexpected stuff you're dealing with. I'll leave it at that, but... Boy, it is wild. There's one thing in particular. It's like, their games have, like, their spooky moments, but there's a moment in particular in that one where it was so unexpected, and it creeped me out so bad the first time I played it, back on release, that I almost turned it off. It's like, it's definitely the spookiest of their games. No doubt. Okay, not sure what just killed me there. But, hey, whatever. He, like, stubbed his toe when he landed. I keep forgetting about the double jump too. That's messing me up. It's all weird. You can only like do the double jump at like the total apex of your jump. A little tricky. As like the variable jump thing too. Shit. Whoops. Have I seen the movie Cairo? I just saw it last week. No, I haven't. Tell me about it. I've been mostly watching older stuff recently. Oh, is that a wall jump? I thought you might have seen it because it's a Slopog. I thought you might have seen it because it's a cult Japanese horror movie that feels a lot like Silent Hill from the early 2000s. No, I haven't. That sounds really cool. I will definitely check that out. Thank you. The last movie I watched was... It was either Ghost in the Shell, the 95 anime, which I hadn't actually seen before. It was either that or The Outlaw Josie Wales, the like 70s Clint Eastwood movie. I can't remember, but one of those was the most recent film I watched. Two pretty different movies, obviously. Yeah, it was interesting with Ghost in the Shell because, you know, I've heard it talked about for years, and I know people have said it's been referenced like so many times, but watching it and then seeing like straight up like, oh yeah, like Hideo Kojima used that in Metal Gear Solid. You know, or, oh, that's like the intro to The Matrix right there. Malice, what's that big ghost that's following you? I don't have a clue. I have no idea what that is. Shit. I don't know. I think that might have been one of the ninja abilities, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Yeah, it's like every time I attack, one of them pops out. Yeah, I gotta... See, this is the only Shinobi game I play that has a block like that. As far as the 2D games go. It's like the biker ninja. Ooh! Got him. Let's get another one of these cutscenes. I guess not. Okay. Just got lasered by these guys. I really wish I could play this with a controller. Playing this on keyboard is definitely pretty hard. He's back! Yeah, I don't even think there's like a dedicated power-up button, although I could be wrong. There we go. Stage 2. Alright. Yeah, this is pretty neat so far. I think the gameplay isn't quite as tight as the Genesis Shinobi games, but still cool. These cutscenes, though, maybe they make up for it, though. This is pretty good. Oh.
Oh yeah.
This footage looks a lot better than the Sega CD stuff that I've seen. The compression isn't so horrible.
北の地に来るがいい。お前らの狙いは何なんだ。おじけづくなよ。
I'll just ask, what games do you play outside of these streams? Well, honestly, these streams I've been doing these last few weeks have kind of been the bulk of my like gaming time, but I have been doing some other stuff too. I've been playing Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the 3DS. As I mentioned before, I'm usually playing one of the Souls games, you know, at least one of them at any given point. Right now I'm not, but Super Mario RPG, another game I'm playing right now. I do play Final Fantasy 14, but I think I'm getting a little burnt out on that. Especially because my guild is kind of like dying, which is like a sad thing to see. It's like half the appeal of that game to me is, and like really any MMO, is obviously the social aspect. So when that part's kind of going away, it's, you know, it's a little less fun. Where are we going? There it is. But yeah, usually most of the time if I'm playing something, I'm streaming it now. Usually, it's like 75% of my gaming time is happening during these streams. Okay. Dead Shinobi. Okay. I'll give it one more shot, then we'll switch to another game if I die again. The jump looks painful, indeed. Yeah, that's a tough one. Slawpaw, gotta go. Good night, everyone. Hey, thanks a lot for joining the stream. Have a good night. Take care. They're really, in the other Shinobis, they give you tons of the kunais, the throwing knives, but in this, you've got, like, none of them. This big snake. Another Sekiro character. I don't think I can block that. No, I don't think so. Snake! Oh, actually, you know what? That's funny. I just reminded myself. That's another game I'm playing right now. I've been going up to a camp my parents have, you know, maybe like once a week And I got my PS3 up there. And I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 3 while I'm up there. It's another game I'm playing right now. But that's enough for Shinobi for now. As cool as that is. Let's play another fighting game here. And this is another one I've played some of the other games in this series. But not this one. Malice says, man, that's a good game, Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah, I agree. I think gameplay-wise, it's my favorite in the series. I think it's hard to beat, you know? I mean, from like a raw gameplay perspective, MGS5 is pretty hard to beat. But MGS3 has the bosses. It has like you got the greater diversity in environments and stuff. You know, classic kind of Metal Gear storyline. Yeah, MGS3 is probably my favorite in the series. Yeah, it is, I think.
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
It's kind of good. Like, my parents aren't really into gaming at all, you know. But that's something that, like, even they can get into. One of the rare games that they think is cool. MGS3 too, you gotta play it on extreme. It's a lot better balanced than the first two in that regard, where it's like, it just makes it like the perfect level of challenging. You know, 2 you die in like 2 bullets. 3 Snake can still take some damage, and the boss HP is still really reasonable, but it just makes the enemy AI like really nice and challenging. I really dig it. I'd probably rank them just as fun as like fun to play goes. Probably 3, 5, 4, 2, 1 for the Metal Gear Solid games, personally. Says, my dad is 50 now, but all he could ever comprehend was Pac-Man. I remember my mom used to like playing the Lego games with me as a kid. Do you mean like the Lego, like Lego Star Wars, Lego Lord of the Rings, like those games?
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
Yeah, for me, my, yes, those games. Yeah, neat. I haven't played too many of those. I got the... I hung out with, a few years ago, I was hanging out with a cousin of mine. He's a little older than me. He's got a son, and they're playing the Lego Lord of the Rings game, and that was pretty cool. Those cutscenes are hilarious. It was really good.
Fight! 2. Ready! Go!
The games I played most with my parents, my mom was really into Donkey Kong Country. And Yoshi's Cookie, which is like a puzzle game on the Super Nintendo. Surprisingly good. Yeah, I was surprised. It was a quality game. Quality game.
Fight! 1. Ready! Go!
So I'm a total Virtua Fighter noob, so you see me getting my ass kicked or flailing around like a dummy. That's why. Kage, he loses his mask pretty fast, doesn't he? So if you're playing those as a kid, Malice, you must be like... At least, yeah. I know you were joking around last time that you're a Zoomer. It's it's a cool perspective, because for me, I was born in 1990, so like my golden era was like kind of end of Super Nintendo, but then like N64, PS1. Okay, 20. Nice. I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh my god. I don't want to be like the guy. One thing I really, really want to avoid is being like the guy who's like, oh, it was better in my day. You know? It's like, everything sucks now. It was better when I was a kid. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy at all. So I remember, there were always good and bad games. You know, it's not like the Super Nintendo was just classics. You know, there's plenty of shitty games on the Super Nintendo. Same thing on the NES. Same thing on the N64. And same thing with every system. Exactly, 10 years older. Wow, yeah, the PS2 was the console I had growing up. Yeah, I got a PS2 when it came out. I got one, what's that, 2000 or 2001? But yeah, I got it when it came out, but I'd already had, you know, Super Nintendo, PS1, and N64. My God! All right, let me focus. She's laughing at me now. Let me focus. I use that block more. Trying to play this like Tekken. That's not exactly working. Hey, this is the second time tonight you've seen me getting my ass kicked by a Chinese little girl. I think she's a little bit older than the first one though. Alice says, yeah, the older consoles seem to have a better library, but a lot of that is because only the good games are kept alive while the shovelware is forgotten about. Yeah, I agree. You know, there's tons of shovelware in each generation. I think it might have peaked with the Wii, which is obviously, again, a system that has lots of good games, but man, you talk about like shovelware on a single system, it's probably got to be the Wii. I think the big thing for me, though, I'll be honest, is I feel like the majority of innovations in game design happened on the second wave of 3D systems, like that kind of era. So both PS2, but then also like, you know, PC gaming, of course, like from like 94 to like 2002 or so. Then everything else in that time period and all the different systems. They kind of like set the framework for 3D game design the same way the previous systems did with 2D game design. I feel like we've just kind of been following in the footsteps of those generations for a really long time. Oh my God, this now I'm just embarrassing myself. Alright, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, back. So, in lieu of continuing to get embarrassed in Virtua Fighter 2, let's try another game. Another fighting game, but one, again, haven't played before. So see how this goes. Yeah, I keep bringing up my friend Nintendo speaking to PS2, and that's his favorite console, and it's a hard, it's definitely a contender for like greatest of all time. We're talking about like single greatest system with the sheer amount of classic games. PS2 is definitely a contender. For me, it's definitely at least top 3. Absolutely. My number one is, it's probably got to go, if we're talking consoles, it's got to go to the Super Nintendo. But PS2 is at the very least in second place. So many insane games. I mean, you look at that first year lineup. Okay, we're releasing... I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look this up right now. Because I don't want to miss any of them. Here we go. PS2 launch lineup. Devil May Cry. Final Fantasy X. Gran Turismo 3. Grand Theft Auto 3. Ico. Metal Gear Solid 2. Silent Hill 2. Like, come on. That's its first year. Tekken Tag Tournament. Like, that's like those are the kind of games you get usually now, like over the course of like maybe, if you're lucky, a single console generation. That was in its first year. It's just crazy. Classic after classic, exactly. But this is like, yeah, but compared to, SNES, that's like a similar, like, okay, holy shit, Super Mario World, Final Fantasy 4, Super Castlevania 4, Link to the Past, etc., etc. Like, those are the two systems where it's like, within a year of this thing coming out, we're blowing your mind. It's like, oh yeah, this was a valuable purchase. Okay, so to this game we're playing here, this is Vampire Savior, which, from what I understand, is the third Darkstalkers game. Which, again, haven't played it. Probably going to get my ass kicked, but we'll give it a shot nonetheless. That's fan art of this game is very cool. I don't think I've seen any of it. I mean, I definitely recognize Morrigan. From other Capcom games and whatnot. That's a pretty iconic design. What's her name? Like the cat girl. Yes, that's yes, it's a very iconic design as well. Be this wolf guy. I know nothing about this series. Like this is totally foreign territory to me. Is this stage in Marvel vs. Capcom 1? I feel like I recognize those little ghost guys in this stage. Alright. There's no past or future, I only live for the fight. So these characters, they're basically all like different mythological, yeah, entities basically from different regions of the world. Dog, did I see the dancing dog in the background? I sure did. I was taking a sip of my drink, that's why I didn't say anything about it. Sorry. So the creature in the Black Lagoon getting his ass kicked here. This game's a little easier than Virtua Fighter. It's basically a Halloween-themed fighting game, says Malice. Yeah, seems to be. Is there like a... I wonder if there's like a Frankenstein-themed character. Yeah, I missed that. Is that a taunt? That's great. Yeah, I don't think so, lady. One other game I was playing recently was the original Doom. It's one of my favorite games. It's hard to beat. I gotta play Sigil, the like official like kind of new episode that John Romero made recently. I gotta scope that out because that seems really cool. I was listening to the soundtrack on YouTube for that. I have nothing to fear since I have nothing to lose. Be intense. But yeah, here we go. Frankenstein guy, Victor. Perfect. Malice says, I think Capcom wanted to make another fighting game but didn't want to cannibalize sales from Street Fighter, so they made a sillier Halloween style one, which is deemed different enough or something. Yeah, it's I mean, it's definitely different from Street Fighter. Absolutely. It's a beautiful game. These stages look fantastic. And the sprite art, of course, does too. Really well animated characters. Yeah, I might have a chance of actually playing through this whole arcade mode. It's a nice change of pace for tonight. The Saturn definitely seems like a hardcore gamer kind of system. It's a little refreshing to not get my shit pushed in. Look at those lips! Look at that! That's awesome! Look at this! This game is awesome. The smoking conductor in there. Yeah, this is really cool. I hope Spoon shows up so she can see that I'm actually playing all this shit. She recommended like half of these games to me. I'm very glad she did, because these are all really cool. Now, so I played Metal Slug recently, and the sprites animation are just blowing my mind. Yeah! Fantastic. That's Metal Slug is like top of the line 2D animation. Oh my god, look at these eyes! Ah! Fetus of God. Is that where we're going? Oh my gosh. That's pretty intense imagery. I like it. Wow. Looks like someone got a berserk. Yeah, this is wild. Soundtrack's really cool too. Time to buy a Saturn. Time to buy a real life Saturn. I'll be faster. Yes, I'll obtain light speed. Yes, indeed. Oh. Cursed blood. Do you truly believe in that? See, your appearance mirrors your mind. It's time for you to realize that deceit is a crime. Call off your trifle perplexity and adherence to humanity? Okay, mirror fight. Alright, alright. Johnny Werewolf, first Johnny Werewolf. Yeah, this is a great game. I'm glad to have checked it out. I'm also very happy that this character seems to gel with my kind of fighting game style, apparently. That's great, that taunt. I love that. Starting to crank up the difficulty a little bit here. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to use the supers though. Nice. That guy. Is that it? I finally found him. He's the one I've searched for. Here's the answer, but I can't return once I know the truth. Huh. What should I say? Do I go back or do I stay? What should I do? Should I go back or stay? I wonder what John is doing. He is late, isn't he? Hey, John is coming back, right? Of course he is. Remember, he promised. Teaches martial arts, right? John never breaks his promise. Is that the end? Is that the end? I guess so. Okay. Did I do something wrong? Is there really no, like, true final boss? Or what? I mean, that was satisfying, but... you know, you would expect normally, like, a proper final boss. I'm looking online here. This is like a Bushido Blade situation where you gotta do something to like properly unlock the last boss. Yeah, I don't know. Vampire Savior Staff. Is that what the game is called in Japan or something? Yeah, yeah. From what I understand, yeah, that's what the Japanese version is called. Cool game though, for sure. Very cool. So, I've got one more game to check out, which I'm hoping was the right one to save for last. I think it will be. It's was by far the hardest one to find, and was another one of the ones that Spoon recommended. Apparently it only had 7,000 copies of it printed in Japan. Like, it wasn't released anywhere else. It was only released in Japan. So, but it's supposed to be pretty wild. So, I'm gonna let the credits roll out here. Take a sip of my drink. Then we'll get that sucker going. The soundtrack is really cool, too. This is making me want to go out and buy a Saturn. Playing all these games tonight, it's making me legitimately want to buy the system because it's really cool stuff on there. I wish there was some way I could play multiplayer with you guys, too. It's like some kind of easy way to get online with this stuff. Alright. So, let me get the last game going here. So the Japanese title of this game, because it was a Japanese only release, is Shinrei Jusetsushe Tarumaru, which, from what I understand, roughly translates to Psycho Killer Tarumaru. So let's see if it lives up to the hype.
花の大江戸では毎夜娘や幼子が行方知れずとなっていた。幾日か後に無残な無黒となり果て路傍に打ち捨てられた幼子は見つかったが娘たちは二度と戻っては来なかった。
Malice, I had a coworker who used to sell old video game stuff, and he said he had like a dozen Saturns, but then his house burned down. Oh my god. That sucks. Is he okay?
これはおさよの嫁入り自宅にと貯めていた金子で、これで足りなけりゃなんとか都合して、だからおさよよ。
The way this is mic'd is a little uncomfortable. His dialogue, I mean. Mouse, yeah, he just got some scars from the fiberglass dripping down on him. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I'm glad he's okay. I didn't know fiberglass could melt, but jeez. My condolences. So yes, Shinrei Jusatsu Sushi Tarumaru, or Psycho Killer Tarumaru. Well, that's not going to do us any good. So we'll just figure it out, I guess. Now we're going to play as this guy or this guy. I'll leave it up to you, Malice. Should we play as Pretty Boy Samurai or the old grizzled Clint Eastwood Samurai? Griffith or Guts, basically. Old man looks cool. Yeah, I'll go with him. What the? What is this? Yes, I'm feeling it. Whatever this is, I'm on board. Ooh. So this is really interesting. It's got like this kind of auto-targeting thing going on here. That's really cool. I like that. So, well, let's fuck Griffith, choose guts. Yes, of course. I'm not one of those Griffith did nothing wrong types. Definitely not. There's a lot I could say about that actually, but I'll try and keep it on topic. Oh, the bulls! You can ride the bulls. This is a strange game. I've been playing this for like 60 seconds, and I can tell you right now, this is a weird game. I like it. Well, I swear to God, those people don't actually believe. They're just being contrarian smartasses. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, if anyone's being serious about that, yeah, they're just... Exactly. They're being contrarians. You know, one thing I've definitely been appreciating with all of these games so far is they've all had really cool soundtracks. It's a very interesting bit of game design because it's like you're still managing stuff in like a 2D environment and kind of generally aiming. But this targeting system is it's cool. It's unique. Yeah, these guys are pretty creepy. Yeah, they are. Oh, we can run. Okay. Yeah, really good animation going on here. Whoa! Yeah, this is a cool game. I'm on board with this. I get a dash. Okay. Yeah. Explodes. This is insane. Did he just turn into a rock? Yeah, these kinds of games where it's just like every second is throwing some crazy shit at you. I love it. You never know what's coming up next. I like that a lot. Very strange game, no doubt. This is wild. Who made this? I gotta find out more about this game. This is so strange, but so cool. Oh man, look at this. You find out this is like Miyazaki's like first ever project or something. Yeah, this is crazy. I love it. You gotta give props to Spoon. This is one of the, this is that game she was recommending last weekend when we were playing the Genesis games. It's like, oh yeah, check out Psycho Killer Taramaru. You know, just like casually throwing that out there. Yeah, how the hell did she... We gotta find out more about this. Yikes. Yes, thank you very much, Spoon. There's got to be some kind of weird Japanese legend for the rock thing. Yeah, probably. You're right. Look at this. Look at this. This ocean. This is really cool. This guy seems relatively human compared to what we've been dealing with. He blew his arm off though, so we'll see. His other arm. Monty Python, Black Knight. Oh no! Oh my god! It's like Resident Evil. No, strength greater than dex. Yeah, in this case. Strength, yeah. Applicable. You're both in red counts. I can't wait. This is the kind of game where you just like, not only is it fun, but you just want to see what's going to be next, you know? Die! No! What's going on? Is there something I have to do to... Oh, there we go. Oh? Yeah, this is without a doubt one of the strangest but coolest games I've ever played. This is off the hook. I like this a lot. I'm also psyched that I got it working, because I had to download this like from 6 different sites before I found a working version of it. Yes. Oh, man. It's like a Goemon power up right there. I don't know what it is, but it's like some kind of traditional Japanese snack or something. I should have told my friend of mine speaks pretty fluent Japanese. I should have invited him to the stream so he could translate or at least like clue us into like what the hell is going on in this game. Maybe like what kind of folkloric references all of this shit is supposed to be a reference to. Oh my god! Oh no! Facehuggers! Malice, there are probably like a dozen Japanese myths stitched together. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh? Okay! Little boy just tore his own head off, then became a snake? Sure. Oh. Uh-oh. See you in hell. Don't know what that says. Are you supposed to... We're going up? Or down? Or over here? Alright. Supposed to be going down? What are we doing? Down, okay. Yeah, the dash thing's pretty clutch. I gotta use that more. I'm very into this game. I'll tell you that for sure. This is super cool. It's hard, but it's not crazy, which is nice. I'll never understand how these old games are intended to be played. Yeah, there's a little bit of trial and error, but I think an important thing too is this is like the era of the manual, you know, like the printed manual in the box. where they usually expected you to like read the mechanics ahead of time and the controls. You know, and this, in this case, probably the setting to understand what the hell is going on. So right, damn, I forgot those existed. Okay, now you're making me feel a little old. Yeah, that was one of the best parts of buying a new game. You like reading the manual on the way home before you got to play it. You know, it's I can pretty clearly think of the transition of like the era of going from like nice, you know, full color, big thick manuals. Then it became black and white and they got thinner and thinner and then they disappeared entirely. God, I love doing that. Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, ultimately, you know, it's probably for the best. Just both from a game design perspective, like someone should be able to play your game just by the game. You know, I think that's probably more effective game design. But then also, you know, just environmental perspective. It's like we don't need to like waste the paper. Probably shouldn't. But definitely nice to have that swag for sure. Especially with like the, oh man, like the RPGs. Like I have a box copy of the, it's opened of course, because I've plowed through it like a million times, but I have a box copy of the first Final Fantasy. And that's got this huge, like manual, full color, all these cool illustrations, 2 like big maps, and like 2-sided like guides, like layouts and all this stuff. Really cool. So I remember getting the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and it didn't have a manual. It was just one piece of paper with basically nothing on it. Yeah. Yeah. That was like the final straw. They basically come with like a one sheet with like the total bare basics, and then like here's where you can download a PDF of like what we used to include in the box. I love these like lo-fi voice samples too. This is great. I think I'm missing something though. What am I supposed to be doing here? So you like shoot the fire that's on the hook back to him. Yeah, this is a bit confusing. MGS5 came with the map. Yes, I still have that actually. I sold my I got it on PS4 when it came out. I have the PC copy now, but I kept the map though. I kept the map and the slip when I sold it. So I still have that MGS5 map. Same thing with Dark Souls 3. Like I bought that like 2 weeks before I built a gaming PC. So I got it on PS4. But I kept all the swag and then got the PC version. Okay, I feel like there's probably a mechanic here that I'm not aware of that would be helpful. Because we have to target the like flame that's on this hook thing. Oh. I think I have unlimited lives, I think. I'm sorry to anyone watching, but this is probably heinously freaking repetitive. Hearing this vocal sample over and over again. What the hell am I supposed to be doing here? Maybe it's not connected to that? Gonna hear Okido in my sleep. Yeah, me too. Okido. Oh! I don't know what I just did, but... Yeah, there's gotta be some way to like switch between what you're targeting. It's almost over though, thank God. Yeah, what am I doing wrong here? This is crazy. You like can't evade these either. Look at this. Should have read the manual. Yeah, exactly. Somebody find the PDF. Now, better yet, somebody find Spoon and tell her to tell us what the hell is going on here. Who are you? We're so close to killing this friggin' skeleton too. Alright. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look into this. What the hell is it? What are we supposed to be doing here? There's probably like no guides to this online. Yeah, GameFAQs. The one thing they've got is a translation for the option menu. I don't think that's going to do us any good. Yes, I. Like I can't even move. What did I do a second ago? See, like I do the dash and like it's just on top of me. Is the game broken? Wow. I guess I did have a finite amount of continues. Well, shit. That's too bad. Well, that was a really cool game. I don't know what the hell was going on with that boss fight, but that was wild. Hmm. Well. Yeah, sure, like, what the hell that other button was doing on the controller. Alright, well that is all the games I had for this evening. I had 10 Saturn games I got set up and played here. So that's gonna do it for me. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna be revisiting a few of these games because they were cool as hell. Malice, this game, it's called... Here, I'll just put it in the... I'll put it in the text box because I'm not going to be able to pronounce this correctly. But it's called, the Japanese name is Shinrai Jatsu Sushi Taramaru, aka a lot of people translate it as Psycho Killer Tarumaru. So, if you look it up under those names, you'll find it. I had to download it from some site on like a message board that I had to sign up for. What the hell was it called here? Let me look it up. Look at my internet history here. Let me see if I can get the link here. See if I can get the direct link for you. Hopefully I won't get in trouble with YouTube for this, but there's a download link. We'll live life on the edge. There's a download link for you. The emulator I'm using is what is it called here? Mednafen? Mednafen. Mednafen. It's a little bit tricky to set up. I watched a tutorial in order to do so. It was, I'll link that too. Let's see. Yeah, this was the video I watched. It's like how to set up the emulator because it's kind of weird. You have to like download like a couple BIOS files and do some weird shit with the emulator to get it going. But yeah. Excuse me. I'll stick around a little bit longer. I'll play I'll check out one of the other games again. I'll give another one of those games another crack. I'm gonna try Die Hard Arcade again. Die Hard Arcade again, because that was really cool. I want to get a little further in that. And I'm not ready to turn off my computer just yet. So yeah, I played this a little bit earlier. I didn't make too much progress, but this one was cool. Die Hard Arcade. I'll say I missed like the first hour of stream was taking a nap. That's fine. Cause I know I need to establish some kind of like regular schedule with this. I've kind of narrowed it down to Sunday nights, but even then it's like kind of all over the place. So I need to like decide on a specific time, you know. But I think that's what it'll be. It'll be I'll stream Sunday nights, Sunday evenings. And as I mentioned when I first started earlier, I have finally begun work on another video, proper video. I started working on the script yesterday, and I want to have it done by August 1st. And I think that's going to be pretty doable. Yeah, it's funny, I've gained a few subs in the last like 2 months, but I've also probably lost more than I've gained. Which I wonder, is it people like getting fed up that I'm not like making proper videos? Not that I'm too concerned with like subs. Like I said, YouTube is not my life. Like my goal is not to be like Captain YouTube, but yeah, you know, it's time for a new video. It's time to do a proper vid. Rename your channel to Captain YouTube. Yeah, maybe I should. Roll off the tongue a little better than Hide F Hide. Eyes to see you. Take pills. Why are you shooting at the clock? No, shoot at the boss. Malice asks, what is Hide F Hide exactly anyway? Yeah, that's a good question. So, I'll tell you. Originally, the channel was named High Def High Roll. And high def was just literally like a stylized way of typing, like high def, like high definition. Yes, it really is that lame. And that was with Hyrule. That's because it was just, I just made the channel to like basically do a showcase for the HD texture pack for Zelda Ocarina of Time. But then eventually I decided, you know, well shit, I'd like to do more YouTube videos about stuff other than Zelda, so maybe it should be something other than High Def Hyrule. But I wanted to keep the alliteration, like the double H. It's like, okay. I don't know, I was just like fooling around with words and I thought hide sounded decent. And that's the totally lame story behind the name. One thing that is nice is it's the only thing that comes up on Google when you search for it, which is very hard to do these days. So I'm happy about that. You're right about high def being high definition. Yes, you were. Exactly. Sneaking around. Look out! Oh no! Oh, we got pwned by the fire truck. Yeah, this earlier I was remarking, like, why the hell is John McClane fighting firefighters? Doesn't make any sense. To be fair to John, that was my bad. That was all my bad. I was taking a sip of my drink instead of keeping my hands on the keyboard. It's so funny. He's freaking just driving back and forth. He keeps backing up, trying to get us. Yeah, it might be a little more effective if you got out and helped your buddies. Might be wrong though. The police and the firefighters have some kind of work. Oh god. Yeah, maybe. You know, it'd be pretty funny if somebody made a channel like, what's his name? Vati Vidya, the like British Dark Souls like lore guy who's like always talking like this, like the somewhat depressed tone of, you know, the lore of Dark Souls, but just about like, you know, these ridiculous old games and stuff, but just like taking it totally seriously. You know, the guy, you know, they say it's more than 3 shakes you're playing with it. Well, proof is in the pudding here. Yeah. Yeah, you can feel the arcade game rinse. The arcade game origins of this game here. Was that hint for your new video? No. Not at all. Actually. There have been a few videos I like kind of started working on in the last couple months, but then I just kind of stopped because it was like either I didn't think it was interesting enough or somebody else has already basically like done it, you know, like they've already covered the topic basically. And the one I have in mind currently, I don't think has really been fleshed out in as much detail as I'm planning on covering, so I'm feeling pretty confident about it as far as it just being like, you know, worth doing, interesting. Alright, I don't think I got this far last time. Out of the way, lady! Oh my god. No mercy. Yeah, there's a sequel to this game. They released it on the Dreamcast called Dynamite Cop. And I have that. I have a burnt CD of that I played on the Dreamcast, but pretty similar to this. Pretty much the same exact thing. Oh. Spider-Bot's got us. Well. Game over. That's alright. We made pretty good progress. Let's see. Should I play one more before I go to bed? Said it would be a repeat. Something I played earlier. Because I only downloaded 10 games.
They're holding 30 hostages inside, including the president's daughter. I repeat, they have the president's daughter in there. We have to get her out as soon as possible. Over.
Yeah, okay. Malice is sure? Well, then we'll do it. So, let's see. What to revisit? I'll grab one that you didn't see earlier. Yeah, this is the first one I played, so I guess it's fitting that'll be the last one we play too. Yeah, this was the very first game I played this evening, and I completely like most of the other games tonight, completely botched it, made a total fool of myself because I never played it before. But this game is called Decathlete, as in decathlon athlete, I assume. And it's got that, much like the game we were just playing, that ridiculous, over-the-top Sega vibe. So now that we know what we're doing a little bit, we should do a little better. So you got your international players. We were playing as this jerk earlier, Alexei Rigel. He did terrible. I don't know if that was probably mostly me, but I feel like maybe it was also him. So we'll play as Captain America here, Rick Blade. Surely he'll be better.
100-meter dash.
This is before Japanese game dev started making fun of Americans. So this is like when we were still considered like fit
Course
and athletic.
number 1. Rick Blade.
It's like you look at the transition from like Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter 4.
Course
You have
number
like Guile
2.
and Ken. They're like the
Billy
all-American like
Cariana.
badass guys. Like, oh yeah, really fit, really cool. And you get to Street Fighter 4 and you have Bob, who's like the morbidly obese
On your
like
mark.
joke character.
Get set.
Fair enough, I suppose. Well, I missed the mark a little bit.
Get set.
Go, go, go! Oh, photo finish. Who got it? Not me. Oh, she beat me by 1/10 of a second. Yeah, this would be a great party game. LLL. That's what I deserve. Alright. Rick Blade. I suck at the Olympics.
Long jump.
Long jump. Alright. Run repeatedly to run up. Okay. Hold down action button to increase jump angle. The optimum angle is 25. After jump, press action button again to extend legs. Alright, got all that? Okay. 25 degrees, they said. It wasn't that bad. That was a lot better than I did earlier, actually. I didn't stick my legs out. But yeah, not bad, not bad. I think it's not just my newfound experience with this. This guy is definitely better than the Russian I was playing as earlier. No offense to any of my Russian viewers, of course. Fifth place. Almost qualified. Let's go next game.
The shot put.
Nah, Malice says. Let's bring back the Cold War tension. Let's do it. Press the action button to set throwing power. Hold down the action button to decrease throw angle. Optimum angle is 45. Release action button to throw. Okay. Do you know Sylvester Stallone is doing a director's cut of Rocky 4? He's going to release it in November, supposedly. I fucked that up. I'm curious to see how that'll turn out. You know, Rocky 4 is obviously a guilty pleasure for a lot of people, but see how that goes. Not bad. Not bad. That was a weak throw. Malice, does that movie really need a director's cut? No. No, not at all. But it'll be interesting to see. I think. I watched them all back to back recently. Obviously, I've seen all of them, but I watched them all back to back last year, and it's amazing how fast it transitions from like a serious drama to like just total cornball cheese by, you know, the fourth movie, which is, you know, where it really peaks. I've only ever seen 4. Watch the first one. The first one is actually like a proper, like, serious movie. It's good. It's really good. Put it this way. With the first film, Roger Ebert compared Sylvester Stallone to Marlon Brando. It's like, I think this he's really got it. You know, this guy is going to be a really significant actor. Way too late. Oh my god. And then they just get increasingly cheesy after that point, of course. He didn't even make it on the platform that time. There we go. Yes. Well, we did it here last time. Malice, I barely ever watch movies, but I'll think about it. A JRPG is kind of my full-time job right now. Are you still playing Nocturne? I mean, they are big time commitments. There's no doubt about that. JRPGs. I was kind of amazed. I played through Final Fantasy VI recently, which I have a few times before, and I love that game. But I played through Final Fantasy VI and I 100%ed it in like 14 hours or something. Just crazy. Tales of Berseria. Haven't played that one.
On your mark. Get set.
Whoops.
Get set.
This is starting that again. My bad. Yeah, this is all about pacing yourself, as I learned earlier. Gotta pace yourself here. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So you get to that home stretch, and then he got it. No, I didn't start sprinting soon enough. I'm doing a lot better than I did earlier, though. If you go back and watch the beginning of this video, I did awful in every one of these events. Just abysmal. Tales of Berseria, that must be... I haven't played any of the games of the series, but like Tales of Symphonia, right?
On your mark. Get set.
Whoops.
Get set.
Trying to cheat. Just crashing in all of them. To hell with it. There we go. Oh, so Berseria is my first time playing the series, though. I like it quite a bit. Well, that's great. Yeah, it's cool to hear. I'll check it out. So I haven't played a single game in that series, but yeah, I'll check it out. What was I gonna say? Speaking of exercise, my treadmill tried to kill me a couple days ago. I don't know what happened. I had unplugged it to plug in a stereo for a barbecue I did a few days ago to like kind of have the stereo out the window. And then, you know, like 2 days ago I tried to plug the treadmill back in. And I'm kind of like crouched on top of it as I go to plug it in. And it went immediately, despite the fact that it was set to off, it went immediately to full speed. Like literally 0 to 100. So I went flying. It like literally sent me flying off the treadmill into the wall. So like I landed on it, like hit my hip, but then I smashed my head off the wall and then fell onto the floor. It's like, what the? It was like an Exorcist moment, you know, poltergeist or something, you know. But I'm not even paying attention to this here. Anyway, I'm all bruised up from that. I'm fine, obviously. There's no like actual serious injury, but it was really strange because it was set to completely off. The speed was set to 0. And then after that happened, I was just like kind of experimenting with it. And basically, no matter what I had it set to, speed, incline, the safety like tab that you're supposed to like clip to yourself, you know, in case you like go flying, it'll turn itself automatically. As long as it's plugged into the wall, it's at 100, it's at like max speed. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that right now. So I guess I'm gonna have to skip warm-ups from now on and just go right to sprinting, basically. Yeah, it was scary. It was really freaky. Totally unexpected. Whoops. I didn't do that right. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to put it in that thing. Yeah, that was me. That's what happened right there. Nope. Okay. Third time's a charm. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh shit. I don't know why the audience is cheering for me. We can't believe it. The scariest workout injury I've ever had, though, was a few years ago. I was at a gym, and I was on the incline bench, and loaded the weight up and everything. And I had been doing other stuff, so I was totally warmed up, but I started, you know, doing a set, and I was like 3 or 4 reps in, and there was a few things going on, but it's like, I think the angle I had my neck, and then also like kind of holding my breath, but I felt this pop at the back of my head. Like it felt like literally like somebody opening a soda can, like the base of my skull, or like your spine meets your skull. And followed by like some really severe pain. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? So, you know, I took a second to rest, and I had like a massive headache. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here. I had this crazy headache, and I just like chilled for a sec, and then, you know, I waited for a few minutes, and I tried to like do another set, and immediately the headache pain came back in full force. So I was like, okay, obviously I need to not keep working out. So I went home, but I felt weird for the next like 12 hours or so. So the next morning, I went to a quick care. I went to a little clinic, and they were checking me out, and I described what happened. And as soon as I said there was a pop, they immediately were like, "Okay, so we want to do an MRI on your neck and your head. We want to make sure you don't have any like brain bleed. We want to make sure you don't have any like brain blood in your spinal fluid." So really scary. Like right away, they were like, "Yeah, let's do the MRI," and they did that. They said, "Okay, we don't see any blood, but because it's been longer than 24 hours, we still need to do a spinal tap." Like, holy shit, like, are you serious? They're like, "Yeah, we need to do a spinal tap, make sure your brain didn't bleed." So I had to go to another hospital, like a proper big hospital,
Get set.
for them to do a spinal tap. And I'm talking like a literal sticking, and for what I'm about to say, if you have any kind of like medical phobias, do not listen to what I'm about to say. But yeah, straight up sticking a syringe into the bottom of my spine to like extract spinal fluid to see if there was any blood in my spinal fluid. And fortunately there wasn't. So I didn't actually have an aneurysm, which is what they were worried about. But because they did this procedure, the spinal tap, I was like bedridden for like the next 3 weeks. So when they do like a lumbar puncture like that, there's like a imbalance of spinal fluid like from your spine up to your literally to like your brain. It's like a cushion for your brain. If you're like standing up, if you try and do anything, you get an insane headache, ironically. So it's kind of ironic in the process of trying to discern whether or not I'd actually really injured myself, which I hadn't, fortunately, but in the process of testing for that, it led to me getting incapacitated for several weeks. So basically I had to lay down for like 3 weeks. And if I tried to just like stand up for more than 5 minutes, I would get an insanely like painful headache. So that whole ordeal was the worst exercise related injury I've ever had. Yeah. So my advice to anybody working out is stay very, very hydrated. Don't hold your breath while you're exerting. Definitely do not do that. And make sure you're totally warmed up before you start working out. But everyone should work out because it's very good for you in a variety of ways. Are you guys hearing this like Chariots of Fire track going on here in the background? I'm gonna come in last place here. I'm doing horrible. I didn't pace myself at all. Yeah, that was abysmal. Yeah, that was terrible. Yeah. Yeah, it's like exercise-induced aneurysms or brain bleeds. It's obviously very rare, and it's something that most people don't have to worry about, but it's something that, it can happen, but you just gotta take the right precautions. What's her face? Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I don't know the actress name, the woman who played her, but she had something kind of similar happen. I read an interview with her. She had a similar thing happen. She was exercising. First place against who? It's very telling there's nobody in second or third place there. He like waited until the event was all over. He like came back after dark and snuck into the stadium. I win! Gold medal. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I think that should do it for me for tonight. I'm starting to get a little out of it. Get a little sleepy. It's been a long weekend. So I hope you all enjoyed that. Sega Saturn. I know I did. That was really cool, checking out a system I've never played before. Some really cool games. I'm actually kind of tempted now to look into maybe buying a real Saturn and getting some of these games, which I imagine, like every other retro game, is probably as expensive as hell. But this was cool. There's a lot of cool games on the Saturn, and now I've finally got a chance to play some of them. So, yeah, I'm gonna go make a snack and go to bed. So it's 12. We're past 12:30 now, but. Thank you as always to all of you who checked out the stream, whether it was live or afterwards. Thank you very much to, let's see, who joined me tonight? Let me go back to the beginning. Pinko Kami Rag, whoever you are, thank you very much. Slophog, thank you for joining me. And a big thanks to Malice. Thank you very much for hanging out and chatting while I played these games and made a total fool of myself while doing so. So thanks a lot. And as I mentioned before, there will be a new proper video coming sometime within the next 2 weeks. So thank you, all of you, for your support, your interest. I hope you all have a great week. I will see you in one way or another by next weekend. Take care, everybody. Adios.